Here it comes. US President Harry S. Truman famously said, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the what? A, sauna. B, sun. C, kitchen. D, fry pan.
I'm pretty sure it's C, kitchen.
Get out of the kitchen, lock it in.
Yeah.
It's in. It's correct for $100. What is going on up there? Who are these people?
A little bit of a
You got the cheer squad, have you? Who's that up there? Who's screaming?
I've got my 2 sisters and my 2 best friends up there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good on you, girls. Well, are they the triplets up there?
Yeah, they're...
The physical exercise called a push-up is also known as a what? A, bump up. B, press up. C, jump up. D, send up.
Okay. Push up. That one. I think it might be B, push up, press up.
Lock it in.
Yeah, lock it in.
It's correct for $200. Come on, girls. We don't mind if you cheer. Go your hardest, OK? $300. In 2003, Luke Bayliss and James Miller launched the Australian fast food chain called the What Salad? A, sumo. B, karate. C, yoga. D, tai chi ken.
I'm going to lock in a sumo, please.
Sumo salad is locked in. Girls, correct for $300. $500. In 1981, Rick James released the classic Motown hit Super What? A, star. B, man. C, freak. D, duper. Superstar, Superman, super freak, or super duper? Rick James.
I think it might be C.
Lock it in?
I can lock in C.
Super freak.
That's what I'm thinking of.
That's the one,
yeah.
correct for $500. Tessie, 11 more questions and you'll be a super freak, OK? This for $1,000. Born in 1856, which scientist is famous for their many great advances in electrical engineering? A, Marie Curie. B, Nikola Tesla. C, Alfred Nobel. D, Carl Landsteiner.
The only names that I've heard of are B and C. I've never heard of A and D.
5.
I think I might take my pass.
See you, Tessie.
Thank you.
Bye. Which scientist is famous for their many great advances in electrical engineering? Marie Curie, Nikola Tesla, Alfred Nobel, Carl Landsteiner.
OK, I'm not 100% sure. Marie Curie's more, you know, sort of
10
health
seconds.
and that. I'm going to lock in B, Nikola Tesla.
Locked in. It's correct for $1,000. Yeah, he discovered alternating current, so Tesla's work is the basis of the modern power grid. And Marie Curie, of course, radiation and X-rays and things
so
like that. So, Michelle, it doesn't matter. You're right. You got the answer right, OK? Hey, we've got 10 questions to go. 6 contestants, $1 million. Got the full deck when we return. By what name is the Asian sea bass more commonly known in Australia? A, flake. B, snapper. C, rockling. D, barramundi. The Asian sea bass.
I have absolutely no clue. It would be a complete...
Asian sea
yes.
bass. It would be flake, snapper, rockling, barramundi. You've got to pass if you want.
I will pass.
See you later,
Thank
Michelle.
you.
Catch you. What's on, Colin? Down, boy. West Footscray. Round that way. You've done a bit of fishing in the bay at some stage. By what name is the Asian sea bass more commonly known in Australia? A, flake. B, snapper. C, rockling. D, barramundi. So you can rule any out. Go for it.
Well, I know it's not flake, that's shark. Rockling. Snapper. I'm thinking B, snapper. Or D, barramundi.
Asian sea bass. 10 seconds.
I think I'll lock in barramundi, thanks, Eddie.
Lock
D.
in D, barramundi. It's not flake because that's shark, isn't it? Asian sea bass in Australia is also known as barramundi for $1,500. Yeah, sea bass, commonly found around warmer waters around the world. The name barramundi is actually an indigenous name, an Aboriginal name unique to Australia. 2,500. What is done to a material if it is annealed? A, shaken. B, heated. C, crushed. D, stretched.
I think I know that one, Eddie. I think that would be heated from my old metalwork days at school.
Lock it in.
Lock in B.
In. Correct for 2,500. Do you anneal glass or metal, which is heated, then allowed to slowly cool in order to make it stronger? $4,000, Colin. In the 2013 film Her, a lonely writer falls for his computer's operating system, voiced by which actress? A, Scarlett Johansson. B, Jennifer Lawrence. C, Sandra Bullock. D, Amy Adams.
I think I'll take a pass, Eddie.
See you later, Cole. Catch you, mate. Her, a lonely writer falls for his computer's operating system, voiced by which actress? Scarlett Johansson, Jennifer Lawrence, Sandra Bullock, Amy Adams.
Well, to fall in love with a computer's voice, it's got to be sounding, you know, sound like a good voice, pretty sexy voice. I don't think it's Sandra Bullock. I don't think it would be Jennifer Lawrence. I don't know who Amy Andrews is. Amy Adams, sorry. I'll look in A, Scarlett Johansson.
Lock in A, Scarlett Johansson. Correct for 4,000. Seven questions, 6 contestants, $1 million, big money tonight. What would you do with that, Dill?
Go on a holiday.
Whereabouts?
Start my night off. Love to go to Hawaii with my partner and go to Croatia, see where my family's from.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Fantastic. Well, good luck to Jessica. You might be off to Hawaii, Jess. Here we go for 6,000. Australia qualified to compete in the 2014 FIFA World Cup by defeating which country? A, Singapore. B, Japan. C, Iraq. D, Iran.
Well, I know Japan were, I'm pretty sure they were in there. I don't think it was Singapore. I think it was one of the Middle Eastern countries there. I'm not 100% sure.
10 seconds.
I'm going to lock in C, Iraq.
Iraq is locked in. Correct for $6,000. $10,000. A compound commonly given to patients to enhance X-rays of the stomach is what sulfate? A, barium. B, beryllium. C, boron. D, bromine or bromine.
I should know this, but I don't think it's D. I'm leaning towards B or C. Barium, beryllium, boron. Boron sulfate, barium sulfate, beryllium sulfate, bromine sulfate.
10.
Take a bit of a stab and lock in B, beryllium.
Final answer?
Yes.
In. Sorry, Dylan. No, it's actually A, barium. Yeah. It's opaque to X-rays, making the organs easy to see.
Yep.
Thanks, pal.
Thanks, mate.
Good on you, mate. Which of these is a synonym for anathema? A, honourable. B, inexplicable. C, abomination. D, intimidating.
Okay, synonym, same. So the word that popped into my head for anathema was hate. So that would be abomination rather than anything else. So lock in C, Ed.
Lock in C, abomination's correct for 10,000. Yeah, anathema is a person or a thing that is detested or hated. Colin, this game is suddenly anathema to you because I think you're out of business, pal. But thanks for being a great player. All right, we've got 4 contestants, which means you, Michelle, could win $20,000. Tessie, you can win $50,000. Lynn, if you get up here, $100,000. And Mick, it's $250,000 or $1,000 or nothing for you when we return in the hot seat right after this. Guns, let's go. Which of these is an alternative name for the mountain K2? A, Mauna Kea. B, Goodwin Austin. C, Kanchenjunga. D, Kilimanjaro?
Okay, take A and D out. They are not the mountains. Mountain K2 is in the China region. I don't know why they just don't call it by one name. That would make things easier. So B and C, Kang, Cheng, Junga, Godwin, Austin. For some reason, I have Godwin, Austin in my head. So lock in B, Ed.
Lock it in. Correct for 20,000. There you go. They said on the Pakistan-China border is the second highest mountain in the world and was named after Sir Henry Godwin Austen, who explored mountains in the Himalayas and glaciers at the base of K2. Michelle, I think you're out of business as well, but thanks for being part of the show.
Nice to be
3
here.
questions to go. 3 contestants can win a whole lot of money. This for 50,000. The 1896 painting On the Wallaby Track is a famous work by which Australian artist? A, Jane Sutherland. B, Charles Condar. C, Arthur Streeton. D, Frederick McCubbin.
This is not my strong track. Australian art from 1896, Ed.
1896.
If I had to say anything, A and B meant nothing to me when the names came up, and then C and D, sort of C jumped out at me a bit and D jumped out at me a bit. I would have no idea who those cats are. Obviously painters of some sort, so...
On the Wallaby Track, 1896.
Yeah.
8 seconds. 5.
Lock in D, Ed.
D, Fred McCubbin is locked in. For what reason?
C jumped out at me and D jumped out at me a little bit harder, so that was
All right,
it.
we'll do a bit of a lap. Lynn, what would you have gone for?
I'm tossing up between Arthur Street and...
No, I need an answer. I don't want you
Arthur
tossing up.
Street.
Come on, Arthur Street.
Arthur Street.
Tess,
Oh, it would have been a stab in the dark. I would have gone with C or D, probably.
give me a stab in the dark.
C?
D.
D.
D's correct for 50,000. Yeah, one of the most famous paintings of the Australian Impressionists. Strong social message with it depicting a wandering family stopped on a bush track. Tessie, you're out of business, but thanks for being part
No
of the
worries,
show.
thank you.
Lynn, you might win $100,000 from one question. Mick, you get this right, I'll give you 1,000. The next one's for $250,000 cash.
Here we go, Ed.
All right, let's
Here
go.
we go.
Here we go. Come on, big man, let's go. Ruling in the early 11th century, Canute was a king of which of these countries? A, England. B, Mexico. C, Persia. D, Egypt.
It's not England. It's not Mexico. I was thinking Middle East.
King Canute.
King Canute. Persia.
11th century.
Yep, they had a king. I don't know if Egypt had a king. Has Egypt ever had a king? Doesn't sound like a kingly place. Canute. Let's lock in C, Ed. Persia.
Persia's locked in. In. Egypt's had kings. That's why they have those pyramids. They used to bury them in them.
Oh, they were pharaohs, weren't they?
Well, same thing. Splitting hairs. Anyway, wasn't Egypt. Mexico. No. It was, in fact, England. Yeah. He was the son of a Danish prince. He was King of England, King of Denmark, and King of Norway during his lifetime.
King Canute.
King Canute.
Canute.
Canute. 1,000 cash. What was the name of the only surviving ship from Magellan's 1519 expedition which circumnavigated the Earth? A, Victoria. B, Santa Maria. C, Beagle. D, Resolution.
Beagle doesn't ring a bell. Victoria from Magellan's ships, I don't think so. Because it would have been a Queen of England. I'm thinking B or D.
26.
I'm thinking D.
Magellan's 1519 expedition.
Resolution Santa Maria.
10.
B. Lock in B.
Final answer?
D.
It's not C, Beagle. You're locked in Santa Maria. It's not B, Santa Maria. But Lynn, it's Victoria. Yeah, he set out with 5 ships in 1519, died in battle while in the Philippines, and a handful of survivors of the last remaining ship returned to Europe in 1522, becoming the first crew to circumnavigate the globe. Lynn, one question, $1,000. You can't beat that. That's not bad.
That's great.
Well done.